Uh, hey, you know what's great is having low expectations. Low expectations are brilliant. Love them. We'll always love them, because low expectations, believe it or not, help me to really enjoy. And that's gonna sound like ramblings of a madman. It helped me to enjoy the Lion King remake. I'm gonna give you a pretty short review. It's not gonna be too long. Also, I wish I was wearing one of my Lion King t-shirts, but I just got my second one today, and it smells of vinegar because of something they did in the production process. And my other one is in the dryer, so actually not in the dryer, it's just in the washing machine. And as such, I'm left with, I don't know, my Lion King 2 pillow as a representation of me actually liking the franchise, I guess. Always like the expression is like, Kobe's sort of like, oh bitch, what's she doing? Oh god damn, she's getting close. And then Kiara's like, oh well, I know what I want. I don't know why I just went ebony accents on that, but it's just sort of how I imagine those two talking in a parody of the second movie. Anyway, the new Lion King is actually kind of entertaining. I give it a 6 out of 10. I mean, that's not brilliant, but fuck it. I was entertained. I had a few laughs, and most importantly, my expectations weren't being disappointed, weren't being crushed, because my expectations were phenomenally low. Thank you, Disney, for staying true to the bare minimum of being entertaining. Oh god, I love it. I love the fact that you managed to meet my expectation, meet me a few inches above the bottom of the barrel, and be like, yeah, I mean, it's something. We hit all the basic strides. I mean, I'm not even trying to really shit on the movie, because it could have been so much worse. And I still have moments where I was like, I was supposed to hold that bloody pillow all the time to signal how much of a Lion King fan I am or whatever. I still had moments where I went like, "Aw, that's adorable." Mostly because like this time around the kids, not the kids, the cats. The grown felines actually kind of look like cats, you know, because they are supposed to be photorealistic or pretty close to that. And as such, I have to admit, I mean, cats are stupid. No, cats are cute, and therefore I went "aww" quite a few times while watching the movie. There were a few laughs. For example, interestingly enough, as I predicted, Eric Andre actually was one of the funniest parts of the movie, right? With fuck, what's his face? Not James Franco. The other fella. What's his bloody hell? I forgot his name again. Let me look him up without looking suspicious at all. The bloke who played Pumbaa, he was also pretty funny. But on the negative side, the movie lacks colour, the movie lacks something that could make it special. It just feels like it's pretty much by the numbers, which once again is not too big of a problem for me, because I was expecting way worse. Thank you, Disney, for surprising me positively to a certain degree. But another thing that kind of sucked was Scar, because he went from this delicious villain, is what I like to call him. I like to call these kind of villains who really enjoy it, as if they're eating like creme brulee or some shit, like really tasting the agony and the naivety of the people with whom they're interacting, tasting it, like they're really getting it through each and every one of their taste buds. And they really enjoy the fact that they're superior. That was what made Scar special, and now he's basically like a watered-down Bond villain, which is a shame, I tell you, a shame. There's no comparison between remake Scar and animated movie Scar, because remake Scar, animated movie Scar has like this brilliant line that I know from heart, where he is first introduced, and then talks to Mufasa, which is sort of like, "Ooh, well, isn't my big brother coming from on high to mingle with the commoners?" Which is like this brilliant little line which tells you everything you need to know about him. It's sort of like, oh, fuck's sake, Mufasa, fuck off, I have my own shit to do. Well, I'm gonna entertain you for a second and act even like as if I could give a bit of a shit, even though I really don't. God, do I hate you. It's just like, he's so arrogant, and that is thrown out the window in the movie where he's just constantly trying to be threatening or menacing. It kind of works, but it's just a bit lame. It's really a shame that it's a bit lame, because he could have been so much better. You could have just gone into that. You didn't even need to make him flamboyant or anything. I don't know, give him like an Alex the Large demeanor. That shit always works. No, but seriously, Scar is the worst part of the movie. Be Prepared, not really song was... I have no words. The instrumentation of it was great. The song in itself was just horseshit. It wasn't really singing, it wasn't... I don't even know what it was. It was just really, really awkward and hard to take serious. The Ainus kind of came across as a bit more menacing than I expected. That's mostly because they look fuck ugly. Which they probably do look like that's some of the way they look in reality too, so I can't really complain, I guess. Yeah, the animated animals look pretty photorealistic to a degree, even though at times it borders on the uncanny valley. But most of the time they really did a brilliant job. I have to say that's probably the best part of the movie, is the fact that they managed to capture the likeness of an animal so efficiently, which is probably hard to do and took them quite a bit of computer power to achieve. On the other side, the cinematography is a step down from the animated movie. Now you might now say, okay, yeah, obviously you can't really do the same kind of stuff that you do when you're doing animation. I get that, but at the same time, certain camera angles weren't being used accordingly. Certain ideas were just being disregarded. It's not even fucking hard. You know that famous thing that they did in Jaws, where the background keeps... I don't know, does the background get closer? Yeah, I think like... No, hold on a second. The background gets further away, but you closing up on the face of someone. And this effect, I'm gonna take that scene as what I meant. That was in the animated movie, and that is easy to reproduce in a real life movie. Why didn't they fucking do this during the bloody stampede scene? It would have been easy to implement, and would have given the scene a lot more epic scale, which it was thoroughly missing, which is such a shame in my opinion. You could have done so much more. Does that mean that I hate it? Nay, as I previously said, I still enjoyed it. I had a good time with the people in the cinema, and all things considered, it could have been way worse. The jokes given to Pumbaa, whose actor I still haven't looked it up. Hold a second. Pumbaa remake actor. I'm probably gonna hate myself for having forgotten his name. It is not James Franco, it's what? Seth Rogen, yeah, Seth Rogen adds his own pinches of humour to the whole idea of Pumbaa. Hakuna Matata is still a pretty mediocre song, just like quite a few of the other songs. Just Can't Wait to Be King was adorable as all, but yeah, it was lacking a bit of the visual variety. As I previously stated, I'm not the biggest fan of the way Beyonce sings. I did enjoy the fact that Childish Gambino was given his shot at singing in a major production, and I recognized his voice rather easily. But Beyonce, girl, I don't know if you're ever gonna see this video, but I just don't know what it is with your kind of singing, but it just sounds so dumb. I'm gonna make so many friends with this statement. I'll make this statement previously, but this time I just have to I really have to put my innermost, deepest feelings behind this. Every time a bloody Beyonce song is playing anywhere, I just don't like it. It's just so weird. I don't like it. When that becomes what I like it. No, but that's basically all. That's really... Watch it if you want to. If you're completely bound to the original, if you say that if your heart would break if you saw something that tries to reimagine it but fails miserably, then I say don't watch it. If you don't give too much of a fuck about the original movie, like probably like 90% of the population, they've seen the original, they liked it, it's probably part of their childhood, but it's not that heavily ingrained into their brains that they take it that fucking seriously. Hell, even me as a mediocre Lion King fan, I don't take that shit too seriously. I got a bit of merchandise, it's a big part of my childhood, but at the same time, I understand why a money-hungry corporation and soulless corporation such as Disney would make such a movie. And it could have been way worse. The movie made me laugh at a few times. It made me go, another few times, which is interesting, because some scenes were framed rather professionally and looked amazing. The "remember who you are" scene, for example, put a different twist on the idea of how Mufasa was going to appear to his son, which I thought was creative. And oh yeah, James Earl Jones. I totally forgot about James Earl Jones. The best voice acting performances in the movie come from young Simba, young Nala, Mufasa, and Azizi, as played by Eric Andre, and Seth Rogen. Those five really give it their all. They give the best performances in the movie, and James Earl Jones, I could have sworn he sounded a tad more tired, but that makes sense since the original movie, which is older than me, was released over 25 years ago. So, yeah, I have to admit. But no, he still gave a good performance, like he always does, and it still gives me a bit of a tingle down my spine when he goes, "Remember who you are. You are my son, and the future king or our future king. I don't quite remember actually. Shit, my memory sucks ass, Simba." It's a nice movie. I mean, you don't have to see it in IMAX. You can if you want to, but if you got a few dimes to spare, I say go on to the old picture booth and check out the King of the Lions, the Lion King 3D computer generated movie event. Some shit, mate. If you want to, if you got a bit of money to spend, if you want to have like a chill evening, I'm pretty sure you're not going to regret it unless you're a super hyper fan of the original Lion King. And in this case, I say don't watch it, you're just going to get pissed off. I don't take things that seriously, so I don't care too much about it. There are things that I would get a lot more pissed about if they were being remade, and The Lion King isn't one of these. It's part of my childhood, but I understand why this exists. 6 out of 10. It's a pretty neat movie. Could have been better, but it could have been way, 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 way worse.